Welcome back on my channel. Today I will do a quick update on Mawson Infrastructure stock trade idea, and I will also do some analysis for other stocks that are in the area of Bitcoin mining, and we'll see which one we can actually trade. First one is Mawson. As I said before, we are waiting for price to fill this gap, which actually did exactly as expected, and actually it filled all the gaps actually, also on daily chart, because here is the daily chart gap, and it also was filled, and we have a beautiful reaction. We also have a very good setup here, because I love to see this, like, it's double bottom that got liquidated. If we see price go up again, then it's a very good reaction that actually the correction is over and we are starting to go up. Of course, if it reacted from this double bottom and acted as a resistance and went back, then it's not a very good sign. The first daily candle didn't close above the double bottom. Second one actually closed, so which is a very good sign. So I think the correction might be over, and now we are going for the extension. I mean with that, with the Fibonacci, this is the correction of Fibonacci, and the extension is the other phase, because this may be like wave one, two, and maybe we may see like two or three other waves. Wave three is the largest, some correction or profit taking, maybe at these areas here of the extensions, and then might go up to my target, which is actually is some wishful thinking. It doesn't have to go there, but my target is actually this area between 6 and 8 extension level, which is a very high extension level. But as I said before, this what happened before, and of course it doesn't mean that it will happen again, because as you can see here, it did the same, went up to these levels. This actually was around 6 or 6.5, and this was 8. So if it came to 6, I will exit most of my position. If it gave me like 27, 28, it's a very good target, and actually it corresponds with a very good supply area here. Maybe on weekly chart we will see it better. We have this wick here. I think it will be a very good exit, which is actually, this wick is actually at the same level between 6 and 8, which supports the my thesis. Second one is, as I said before, is any. I will not try to uh, analyze it again. It has also the same setup, went back to fill the gaps, and actually we may see a reaction from here. This is also a very good setup. Why is that? Because if you see 1, 2, 3 and manipulation, and then went up with a huge volume, it's a very good stock maybe to have. Third one, I think, will be this one here, Bitdeer Technologies. It has similar setup, but I don't like it. But actually, it may work. I don't like it because of this fact here, because we didn't actually break. But sometimes this is also a very good indicator if we have like liquidity sitting above. Sometimes it's also a very good signal, but I prefer the other ones that I said, because here also we have the previous bull market, which was in 2021. Price was actually 10, while in Mawson price went to 100, and now the price of the stock is $1. So psychologically, people that will perceive that Mawson Infrastructure as a very high value stock because they have seen prices before at 100 and even more. Because if you looked at back on time, it was actually more than $1,000, the price of the stock. So people perceive Mawson Infrastructure psychologically as high value. Here, people didn't see price of this stock never above 15, so it will make them freak out when they see high levels, maybe like 20 or so. They may freak out, but actually it doesn't mean that it won't work. It actually will look, the setup is very very good because, as I said before, it has the same criteria. Actually, this also may sound like an inducement because it will induce the sellers that this will hold, which is 15, and they gave them this false reaction that the supply is in control. And as you can see here, we have the same double bottom scenario, liquidation, and then I think price will go way up. But as I said before, psychologically, people may freak out when they see high levels of this stock because they haven't seen that before. We also have a very high volume here. So this is also a very good company. Second one, or not the second one, I think this is the fourth one now. This one has also, it's cipher mining, and the setup is also very good, not like the other ones. We have this will act like a very strong resistance, which I actually don't like regarding this stock, because the other ones, as I said before, they don't have like resistances above them. If they pass through the other one, maybe the last one, if we pass through 15, we don't have any resistance whatsoever. So price will go like indefinitely with no resistance. Now, um, here I think it will act like a resistance that will push price maybe downwards a little bit and then go up. And if it also went up above up 15, it will also go like crazy because there won't be any resistance. And as I said before, the last bull market it was 13 or 15. So if it went back to 15, it's also very good risk to reward ratio. You don't have to be very greedy. If you take it from 3 to 15, it's 5 times your money. Don't have very high expectations. So it's also a very solid one, because I think we broke structure here. This Doji weekly candle, I think, will drive price to the upside. It's also at the level of 61. So we may reach this area again. So this one may, as I said, provide like 4 times your money, or five. Second one is here. For example, I like these ones here when we have very high resistance level, and but the setup here is not. It's good, but it's not perfect. That like the others, we have a gap. We have filled it once. We have filled it twice. Why I don't like this one? Because as you see here, we didn't take this liquidity, and we also still didn't take this. You don't. We don't have to take them. Actually, price sometimes go like up like crazy from something like this, but my experience, it's better to wait for them to be taken. Look at this here. We had this. Price didn't go up until it broke the liquidity underneath, and it went up. So here, I think if we go down to take the trend line liquidity and the double bottom liquidity and fill maybe these gaps here still underneath this line, it will be a very, very good setup. And we also have a very high target. We may reach the other high that we did before. You look this like the high and the other high, it's actually like the same as Bitcoin chart. We have two highs from the last bull uh, market. So if Bitcoin went above, actually we may go above these highs. So this one is also very good setup, but as I said before, better to wait for liquidity to be taken. um, there is still some companies. I'll try to do it. I don't want to have very high, a very long video, but this one here, Argo blockchain setup is good, but as I said before, I always like to see liquidity taken. So you may have to wait like a little bit to see this taken and this gap filled. I think this is an inducement. We also have here a gap that actually have a reaction now, but I think it will also provide a very good high risk to reward ratio. Price came from this level. This is not it doesn't look like a strong resistance. Think we price may push because this was actually it started on bull market exactly. So I think we will push higher than this area here. This resistance is not that good. I am saying that only by looking at the chart, so it doesn't mean that it has to be right. So if we take it also from 1.5, if we entered now, best entry, as I said, will be underneath this, but sometimes price don't go there, so we will miss on a very good trade. And if we take it from 1.5 to the same resistance, it will be 20, which is also a very good risk to reward ratio. It will be similar like Mawson. Mawson, as I said before, my target is the same, maybe 24 or so. Red platforms, it has good setup, not perfect. Gap here, liquidity there. Gap is filled. Here's liquidity. We may not go there. Of course, it will be better, but we took actually here. We took the liquidity from here. We gave us a very good reaction. If we take it from 9, I think I will leave this as an inducement. Maybe this is our target. From 9 to 60, 6 times your money. It's good. Doesn't have a very high volume here though, but it's still good. Bit digital. The setup is not perfect like the other ones. We have this here order block. I would love to buy there. Why there? Because as you see, this order block actually filled this gap. So I will mark both gap and order block. We swiped liquidity underneath this low. Price may continue to go downwards. So best entry will be around 1. Target. This one here looks like a good resistance or target. uh, and I think we may go and make higher highs. So it will be a very good also risk to reward ratio. As I said before, this last one is volume here is also not that high. That's why the setup is not that good. Actually, if there is a lot of volume, you will see a very good setup. We are almost done. Think we still have three stocks. Clean Spark setup is not that good actually, but we have a very huge gap here, and something like looks like a flag or triangle with liquidity swept underneath these lows, and price actually started to go up, unlike other ones. Here it's actually started to move, and it will look like a cup and handle, and actually it's also looks very promising one. We had this high before 150. I don't expect that we go there, but we may liquidate this one here 80. So from around 20 to 80, it's like four times your money. um, Two more to go. Stronghold Digital Mining. We have a very high volume, which is good to see. Setup is not perfect, but as you can see, we have this lows. These lows got liquidated. If we see a reaction to the upside, you see this momentum going down. It's not high momentum, it's very low momentum. This, if this is the spring, this will give us a very good accumulation schematic from Wyckoff. If this is the spring, how to know that? If we see a good reaction to the upside, maybe retest for this spring, which is around, so we may see price come back again to 2, or maybe here at this level. And we have to look at the close of the weekly or daily chart, and if it happened, this will go like crazy, because if you see it went from November 22 and to November or December 23, and now we are in April. The longer it takes for Wyckoff schematic to fold, the higher it goes. Put that in your mind. So I think we will smash this double tops, and actually this one is good target, but I think we will also smash this one here. And I don't wanna be very optimistic, but I think we are going very high in this one. um, if you want to play it safe, take your profits there. It's a very good area. um, but as I said before, here it looks like huge liquidity above that. um, and you have here a huge volume. Look, huge volume. um, I think this one may go um, higher and higher. Just my analysis, and it actually doesn't sound logical, to be honest, for a price to go from 2 to 32. There's only one left. I will try to do it, to just show it to you, because The timer is going now. It's this one is Marathon Digital Holding. Setup is good. Target maybe